Now that you've added some content to your home page, we're going to have a look at things like the colour scheme and at the navigation bar. If you go to the Master A page, double click on that, you'll see everything disappears. That's because we're now on the sort of background page, and we're going to put the navigation bar on here. If I go up to Insert, I can choose Navigation, Navigation Bar. Now, when you go into this, there's lots of types of navigation bar. I would like you to spend some time looking at this. If you use the mouse, you can actually see how it's going to look when you actually choose the navigation bar. And in your assignment next week, you'll have to show what kind of shapes, what style of navigation bar you'd like to have, and you'll be able to take a couple of screenshots to show ones you do and don't like from this gallery if you want to. In fact, if you want to start saving some screenshots at any stage about navigation bar styles you do and don't like, that would be useful when you start your assignment. So I'm going to choose, quite like that bonus 6, let's try that one. I'm going to choose that as my navigation bar. Now if you look through, there's loads of settings in here. I want you to look at the appearance settings and check you understand the difference. There's a horizontal option or a vertical, so your navigation bar can go down the screen if you want it vertical. You've got things like being able to make all the buttons the same width, or stretching buttons to fit the entire width of the screen. Lots of choices on here. You've also got whether it's left aligned on the page, centered on the page, or right aligned on the page. I'd like mine top left, so let's keep that. And within the box it's in, whether it's on the top, in the top of the box, the middle of the box, or the bottom. So lots of alignment and layout tools in here for the nav bar. You can get back to these at any time by double clicking the nav bar. The pop-up menus are drop-down menus, which we won't have yet because we haven't got any sub-pages or extra pages yet in our site that come off these sections. But if you wanted drop-down pages, drop-down features on the nav bars, you can change all the settings there. I think for the design stage of this project, you just need the basic sort of design of it to be worked out. And I can see what my drop-downs would look like. So choose a navigation bar and take some time. I don't mind if you spend 15 or 20 minutes doing that. And then I'm going to just have a quick look at why this is giving me an error. Okay, so to fix that problem, all I had to do was stretch the navigation bar a bit. Alright, so if you make it too small, it shows an error, and that took me a minute or two to work out. So that's my navigation bar. Put that in the top corner, and I'm just going to make that grey area smaller, but you can make that however big you want. And if I go back to my home page, you can see how things are now looking overall. And now I can start looking at my colour scheme designer up here, and I can look at this basic colour scheme I've chosen, or I can start looking through all the colour schemes, and there's lots of preset ones here. Now it's the colour in the first box that affects the background. So if you want to look for a colour in the first box that you like and then see if you like the other colours in the scheme, you can go from there. But you can then change any of the colours in the scheme, and all that the colour scheme does is it affects what's available to you when you go to the paint pot tool or the filling text boxes tool. So you can still get to lots of other colours, it just gives you some colours to start working with. So let's just say maybe I like these colours. Well, I'm not sure. Orange, maybe we'll go for orange. It's a bit bright. You can choose your own, and I say OK. What will happen now is I can do things like, if I want to colour in the words of my name, if I go to the text tool, it should show me the colours from my colour scheme there as my first choices. So it will mean I could be really consistent with my colours across the site, and I can use a scheme. So I would want you, when we make the portfolios, I would want you to choose a colour scheme for the site and set up colours that you like. Okay, because then you can get some consistency and show that you've got good design for your site. So if you go to the colour scheme designer, I would like you to spend some time looking at the different colour schemes. Again, if you want to take some screenshots of ones you do like and you would maybe consider using, 2 or 3 different schemes that you like, or if you want to set up a palette and save it as a possible scheme, that would be really useful sort of time spent at this stage. We're not working on our real sites yet, this is all preparation, but anything you do now, like choosing schemes and making some screenshots, you could then paste that into your assignment work next week.